Hello, how is everyone doing? Welcome back to our channel, which is the Songa Stock of Change Show, where we change people's mindset, way of thinking, with the aim of making a difference. And that's why we are here today. So on today's show, I just want to continue with the topic, never be ashamed of your background. So today's part 2, because we already shared part 1. And on this part 2, I just want to share more of my story, my life story, basically, just to encourage someone out there who is feeling low, who is feeling like things are not working, you're depressed, you feel like God is not coming through, you feel like nothing that you're touching is making a difference, okay? So I just want to encourage you to keep pushing, because tomorrow there will be light. Tomorrow, God will come through and, He'll change your story and you won't even believe it, okay? So listen to my story. As you see me today, it's not the way I was before, just because God has changed my story, okay? Yeah, so I just come from a very, very, very humble background. I'm a village girl, raised in the village, went to school in the village, except campus, of course, that's where I had to go a bit far away from my village. But having been raised by very humble parents, and life wasn't that easy, as you can also tell, like in the village, life is not easy, but it builds you. That's one thing I appreciate a lot, that I had to go through that so I can endure like even the life challenges and everything that comes my way, because there's nothing that I haven't seen in my life. So even in our life as kids, because we are 8 kids, one dad, one mom. Of course, my dad passed away now 2 years, 2 years ago. Now we just have my mom. But I really, really thank God for my parents for just taking us through that life, okay? So my parents didn't have much. There was a point where even we could sleep hungry, It's a true story. That's why I want to encourage people out there not to feel offended, not to be ashamed of where you come from, not to feel ashamed of your background, because God can still change your story, okay? Yeah, so there was a time we could sleep hungry because maybe my parents were, mostly my mom and my dad, were doing small businesses, and sometimes they could not get what like they could go out, but they could not get maybe food to feed us, right? So we end up just sleeping like that, and we were happy. Actually, we were very happy, We sing, we dance. That's one fun of it. So yeah, so that's my story. And also, people don't know actually my life in a way that, there was a time even we could go and work in people's farms. In my life, I still remember my sister that I follow and my mom going to a certain family, walking distance. It's a long distance where you can drive like maybe 30 minutes, but we could wake up early in the morning, we go plant onions. That's what I remember. And another family, I think we used to just dig and do, they grow corn. So we have to dig around the farm and, make sure that we remove the weeds for those people who don't understand, or those people who haven't been exposed to big farms. Yeah, so if there is corn, there is beans, you have to dig and, remove the weeds. And, at the end of the day, they count the lines you cleaned or something like that, and then they pay you in terms of maybe food. Like for us, I remember that time they could just give us 4 kilograms of corn so that we can go and eat some ugali, because that was the main issue. You are out there to look for food, right? Yeah, because mostly they could not give you money. Can you imagine, you're 3 people, my sister, my mom, and I, and then you do it like you work in the farm the whole day, then they give it to you. They give you like 4 kilograms of corn. So still, it won't be enough because we're a big family. So meaning the following day you have to come back, right? So that was our life. Then there's this family. One time we went there, my mom, my sister again, and we walked a very long distance. We wake up very early in the morning. You haven't ate anything. We get there and you go straight to the farm. I remember we were planting planting onions. So it reached a point where like around noon where I was so hungry and I felt like throwing up. So my mom told me if I could go and talk to the lady, the owner of the farm, if she can just give me something, even tea, which is like black tea, which is, it doesn't have milk, anything small that I can just eat so that I can get strong, because I was so, like, I felt like I could even faint, you know? Yeah, so I went the way my mom advised me to do, but the lady refused, and she told me she can only offer something to me at the end of the at the end of the services that we went to offer, basically around 3-ish or 4-ish. That's when we can get that black tea, like 1 cup of black tea and mixture of corn and beans. We call it githeri. So after you're done with the work in the farm, they give you that plate of githeri and that black tea, 1 cup of black tea. You eat, they give you whatever you earned for that day, then you go home. As well as we could work 3 people in the farm as well, we could be given 4, I think they were 4 kilograms of corn. Yeah, so we go home, then we pass through the portion mill. Of course, we make sure that we have the flour to go and make some ugali. So yeah, because the family is at home waiting. Yeah, so that's the life, like a lot of stuff, but you know, they build you. Then something else that people don't know, you know, life doesn't just start. You don't just, you know, like people look at me and maybe they think that you just woke up and you found yourself where you are. No, I remember even when I was in grade 5 or 4, I had to burn charcoal just to buy some books, pens, because as I told you, we are many. So my dad could do his small businesses by, you know, catering for everything like uniforms, everything, you know. He could not afford like at once. So you have to think critically out of the box. What can you do? Yeah. So that's part of my story. It's a long, long story. And I just feel like, why should I not encourage someone who feels like, you know, maybe their life will never come to be different the way they want it to be. But actually, I just want to encourage you to keep working hard. You know, you can sleep hungry. You can walk barefoot. But you know what? Never sleep on yourself, okay? Just keep pushing, keep working hard, because as much as even God comes through, also it takes your determination, it takes your patience, it takes your faith, it takes your hard work, okay? Even if someone just comes like by your side and try maybe to help you, you have to be someone who is committed to be changed, someone who is committed to work hard for yourself. Because let me say someone came and paid my school fees and I had to prosper, or someone came and did ABCD. But you know what? You can't sleep on yourself and expect to have a change in your life. You have to be, you know, mentally prepared. You have to be someone who is in need of that change and work on it. Because if you sleep on yourself, nothing will totally change. Even if someone holds your hand, it takes your patience, it takes your commitment, because life is not that easy as people think. Yeah, so I thought of just sharing this story to encourage someone that if you work hard, you're committed to your craft, and, you know, you're patient, and you also pray, because, you know, so long as you pray, ask God what you want, He'll change your story. And that's why I'm here where I am today. So I get people asking me, oh, I wish I could be like you, you know, people texting maybe inbox, Facebook, or, you know, when I post a picture or something like that, people think, you know, maybe I just dropped and I got where I am. No, I had to pass through a lot. I have cried. I have laughed. But at the end of the day, it's you who can change your story with your determination and your patience and your hard work, okay? Yeah, so keep praying to God, but keep working hard, okay? Yeah, So never be ashamed of what you go through, because look at me. I was once working in people's farms. I was once walking barefoot. I was once sleeping hungry. But today, God has changed my story. God has changed my status. God has changed everything, you know. As much as we all forge forward for more grace, but at least we thank God for where we are, okay? Yeah, so never give up. Just work hard and you see what God will do in your life, okay? I love you so much. And before I go, I always say, be you, do you, and enjoy your life. And as usual, do the right thing. Bye-bye.